Hey guys, welcome to Eyes of Reason here. No, you guys can't see me, but we have a panel that we're gonna talk about today. A particular topic. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to be right here and talk. If you guys could hear me, I need you to say so. We're just gonna be. Oh man, it's horrible. We're just gonna be broadcasting live on YouTube today. Oh man. Yeah. Hold on. We're gonna get rid of that. We're still doing a little bit of setup here. So we're just gonna be just using YouTube. Yeah, just YouTube. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. So guys, yeah. So if you're seeing, if you could see this and hear this, okay. I need you to write in the chat right now. And because I need to pop out the chat, that's why. Okay. So live chat, pop out chat. Okay, so that is popped out.
I looked at you like.
So yeah, guys, we're just setting up just a little bit more. Oh, I'm using the mouse.
Oh.
Come on. So I need to take. What do I need to do? So when it comes to YouTube chat, I need to make sure that this is on the right key. Okay, we got people commenting already, but
Oh, what are they saying?
I'm trying to put it up. There we go. There we go. It's not racist. Okay, I see you, Tom.
Hey, Tom.
Hi, Tom.
Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you for joining.
Oh, and I also need to get the. Yeah, I should have started an hour ago instead of 30 minutes ago, so I could do stuff like this. Ooh. Okay, and I'm just going to adjust this a little bit more, and then I go over here.
I love all of our faces. So, you know, we're just like, ooh, what is Spencer doing?
I know. It's very interesting.
Oh yeah, they can't see us, but they can hear us.
Okay.
Oh yeah, FYI.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like this camera is like.
Very close to my face.
I'm just gonna put it right there because since this is all for like a 1-2 person setup, but
Okay.
that works.
I'm trying to
Alright,
read
awesome.
up the
Awesome.
comment.
Yeah, that's
Spencer
kind of
will read
works.
it to you.
Okay.
Oh, you can't see that?
No.
Just
Okay, yeah, I will also read it
Mm-hmm.
too.
that thing is in the head.
What thing is in the? Okay.
We're good.
Yeah, we're good, guys. We are good. So we go back to the main outline here. Okay, guys. I need to send the link of this to you guys.
You can do that
After.
After.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay, yeah, we can do that after. Okay, guys, they can now see this view now because I'm seeing what you're seeing.
Okay.
So So yeah, okay. Well, yeah, I'm just gonna have to hold this mic. Um, Thank you guys for joining on here today. What we're gonna be talking about is the national anthem, the Black national anthem, and the question of is this racist? We have some new people with us today.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Sorry.
let them
Just let
introduce themselves, starting with the lady over to the left of the screen here that you see. And remember, guys, share this, like this, get this out there. But we're gonna start with Justice.
Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Justice. I'm from North Carolina.
Oh wow, what was that? You need to turn that off. Okay, but go.
Hi, I'm Rachel. I'm from New Jersey.
Hello, everyone. I'm Landry. I'm from Virginia. I'm excited to be here. Thank you for allowing me to be here.
Great, cool. And as you guys know, I'm Spencer. Gonna be moderating a little discussion here amongst the three of you guys, talking about the national anthem and the implications of that. But before we do, I'm just gonna say a quick word of prayer to start us off. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for this nation that you have given us. I ask that you would be with us as we have this discussion. Be with the speakers here and be with the listeners who are going to hear this. May it be edifying. In Christ Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, so the first question that we're going to talk about today is the national anthem and what is our relationship to it. But before that, we're going to talk about racism. Guys, simple question. What is racism?
Yeah, you go ahead.
I will give my definition of racism. I think to me, my definition of racism would be any person that thinks or believes that their group, or I guess their, like if I'm as an African American, if I think that my group of people are better and superior to others, then I would call myself probably a black supremacist, because in a way I think that that's me being racist to other people. So that's kind of my definition of where I go with it. I just think it's any individual that thinks that their race is superior to others.
Yeah, and for me, my definition of racism is just basically judging other based on the skin colors, and for sure, like racism is a pretty much is a disease around the world. For me, the definition is just you're prejudging somebody because of their skin colors or where they come from. So that's my definition of racism.
Okay, so my definition of racism is anytime you can look at someone and judge them based off their color, or treat them differently just because they're a specific skin color. And yeah, that is it. Just short and sweet. You know?
Do you I was just gonna say,
Yeah.
do you think that sometimes we conflate or confuse racism and prejudice?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yes, for
Yeah.
sure,
Yeah.
definitely.
Because I think that like oftentimes, like when you see people on social, they confuse the two
Mm-hmm.
a
They,
lot.
they think
Yes.
prejudice is the same as like.
Which I think that maybe there's a blurred line and there's
Right.
like a gray line where maybe it does.
Kind of being the same
Sure.
thing.
Like I think
Yeah.
it can sometimes cross over to it, but I do think that we all have like our own like prejudice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Towards
everyone
different,
has
like
a
we're like
has a
stereotypes
prejudice,
yeah.
and
Exactly.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
stuff like that.
Exactly.
I agree. I think that, like I said, with racism, I think that we all just kind of, it's a basing, like, not, well, I guess in a way that's also prejudice as well. Like, just kind of like looking at someone and be like, oh, well, you're white, so you must have white privilege. And then it's like, you treat them funny because of that. Or you beat someone up because they're white and they're walking down the street. Like,
Macy's, that happened to a guy.
Yeah.
The white guy, I don't know what he was doing. He was like folding clothes at a table, and then a
And
black
then
guy
I
just
just
like
assumed
came
that-
out of nowhere. And I think when the story first came out, it was that like he had said the N word, but then
But
apparently
then the
didn't
video,
say the
Yeah,
the
N
video
word.
evidence shows
Yeah.
that there was nothing that
Yeah.
the guy said the N word.
I
There's no
don't.
evidence
I don't.
of that.
Let's see if we could show our viewers what we're talking about there. With that
The
video.
Macy's.
Yeah,
The
with,
Macy's
yeah, with the
video.
Macy's, yeah. So
Do you have that video?
Yes, yes, I do.
It's sick. It
It's-
makes my
it's
stomach
just-
turn. And after the video, I will tell a story about my experience.
From that video?
Something very similar that happened during childhood. I seen this happen in my own community growing up. So so I seen this kind of in my own community growing up, where there was this girl named,
Don't say names.
won't say her name, but basically there's this girl who's my best friend, and all of the kids on my bus who lived in the lower income communities
Yeah.
would specifically beat her up. Like when they would get off the bus, they would purposely beat her up, and they would say because she's a Caucasian girl. So we're gonna watch the video now. Just to...
Meeting of a Macy's employee.
The attack was caught on camera inside a Genesee County store. 7 Action News reporter Jennifer Ann Wilson joins us with a closer look at this.
Flint Township Police say Louisville don't have all the facts.
I am just.
Oh yeah, the sound's not coming through to them right there.
They can't hear us.
They can't hear the video. Yeah.
But
so
they can't hear us.
They can hear
They
you
can
guys.
hear us.
Yeah.
Oh, they
mhm.
can hear us.
Yeah. So keep talking. While I
Oh, well, okay.
Okay.
So I think, like, especially, so since we're talking about racism and things like that right now, I think another thing that's been interesting is just, like, the argument that black people can't be racist.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I'm not sure where this came from, but, like, that, I don't know.
And why it's okay
Yeah.
to say, like,
Because, like, when you see videos like that, or you can clearly see people doing something that,
that's blatantly racist, and if it
Yeah.
was flipped, oh my god, the world would explode.
all hell has
Yeah.
broken loose.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know. So, I guess I take it that y'all are both like, no, like, black people can't be racist. What is the argument? We actually need to.
Yeah.
What is the what is the ground?
I think
for
it's
people
because they
think
said that it's not enough of us to be superior to white people or
I
something.
think
It's something
everyone
But what
is
is
crazy.
the
racist.
argument that
That's the
what's the
argument,
argument that they're using to say that black people?
Well, it's
Because we can't hold powers of authority or something.
and that's
Okay.
under the history of it.
Yeah,
we
but-
didn't oppress
it's
just-
anyone or
yeah,
something like that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
what about what is it? Masa Musa, I think I might be saying his name wrong, but like, wasn't he like, I think, what is it, the Mali Empire or something? I might be saying that, I might be all wrong, but like, I mean, he was like one of the richest people I think in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure he sold slaves.
He did.
Yeah,
He-
yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Like,
he
I'm
definitely
pretty sure
sold a
he
lot of
sold slaves.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm having like a wrong, like maybe I'm like misconnecting dots or arguments or something.
Yeah, black people can definitely be racist.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
You can't just say, "Oh, we can't be racist." Like,
Because
well,
there's no
evidence.
power, but
Yeah.
when we specifically go up to a white man, like in the video,
yeah,
and attack him strictly for being white, then that is straight racism. Like, that it's crazy. Because if it was flipped, then, like you said, all hell breaks loose.
All hell would break loose.
Yeah, it's insane.
So I mean, so people say that black people can't be racist because they don't hold positions of power, right?
correct.
But they do.
They do.
Like in
Ilhan Omar, what
where
is
in
she?
society?
Yeah.
I mean, they hold positions. I mean, they're teachers. They are police officers.
We had Barack Obama. We had.
I know, but people like to. I feel like people are always like, oh, well, that's just one person. Like,
But
it's just
still,
one
that was still a
company.
power of something we
It
had.
is.
We
I
had
agree.
that.
I
So,
mean,
yeah.
look at what is her name, Maxine.
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 Yeah.
She's been around for a long
And
time,
she's used a lot
Yeah.
of racist words.
right?
Yeah.
A lot of it, for sure.
I mean, she is offensive
Yes.
sometimes. She is very offensive, and the things that she says, we would not be able to say and get away with it
Oh no.
For sure,
Oh no.
definitely.
Oh no.
at all,
Well,
at all.
And shared
Presley.
She's also racist.
Yeah. Crazy.
And she actually made a statement not too long ago about like we don't want any black people that don't have like we don't want any black faces that aren't speaking like black things. We don't want any gay people that aren't speaking gay things. Like she like made a whole thing about like the type of people that she wants like in her party.
Crazy.
I don't remember exactly like all the words that she said, but she said something similar to that.
So let's talk about the national anthem, right? And people's relationship to the national anthem in this country, right? What does the national anthem mean to you guys?
So for me, my dad is a Marine, or is a Marine, and when he raised us to stand for the flag and to be proud of the country that we're in, to work hard and just be proud to be an American. And when I hear that song, I can't help but to think about him and my grandfather, who's now passed away, who was also in the Army, and I can't help but to think about them and just be proud of, oh my gosh, like these people who are so close to me fought for my freedoms.
Yeah.
So when I hear the song, it's just a proud moment for me, and I can't imagine what every other American feels like when they're also standing for it. So it's a very strong, almost emotional thing when I hear the song. So I feel like every other American who loves this country feels the same way. So
Yeah, I definitely agree. I also have family member who were in the military. My uncle-in-law, he was in the military as a sergeant, and listening to the national anthem, I'm proud of myself to be an American. I'm also a citizen, and it just helps me to understand that like those who fight for our freedoms, they're there for us. We should always honor that. I think like those who just like sit down and not even like respect the national anthem, it's just completely wrong. Like it's just pure disrespectful.
I mean, I disagree with them sitting and what have you, but I do believe that they have the right to do it. And I also agree and share the same, feelings of just like, I just feel humble, and I feel so blessed to think that there are thousands of people who have died, for our freedom. On my patio, I have a sign next to the American flag that says "Home of the Free because of the Brave." And so that's like literally like on the back patio, and every time I see it, I'm like, we are sitting here just hanging out because of people who were brave enough to go out and fight for it. And so those same people that died also fought for those people to be able to sit and kneel and do all the things that I disagree with. So I am completely against it, but I do think that
at the same time, it's their right.
Yeah, it's their right.
It's
like,
their right to do what they want.
What is it that the Atlanta mayor said with the shooting? And she was like, just because it's like a thing that you can do doesn't mean that you should do it.
Okay.
She said that about the police officer who had shot. Who is it?
Rochelle Burks.
Yeah. But she said that about the police officer. Like that was a statement that she made, and so I kind of will take her phrase and use it and apply it to this. It's like, yeah, just because you can do it doesn't mean you should, because there's people who would kill to be over here.
Yeah, and to be in your spot where you can yell and cry and complain about how bad and sad your life is. So, whereas on the other side of the world, people can't leave their homes right now without being beat up by cops. Like literally beat up.
People of faith, like I mean. Christians.
Yeah, Christians on the other side of the world can't even practice.
Yeah, like we're the most persecuted group right now. Like and like you should always be standing because you live over here in a country where you can practice your faith freely. I mean, but those are just my thoughts on that.
Yeah. So what do you think about what Tom has written here?
What's Tom got?
Tom says it's not. So let's talk about.
We're talking about the black
national anthem.
Okay.
I almost feel like I should switch those two mics. Let's
you
do
want
that.
to?
Yeah.
Okay. So Tom says.
Yeah. So Tom says this. Wow, so much better. He says it's not racist talking about the
Black National Anthem.
National Anthem. However, it's divisive and should not lead the national anthem. The president should not allow any military personnel to follow up any anthem other than our national anthem.
And I agree 100%.
I agree.
Same.
I agree 100%.
I mean, so what does it mean? So what is divisive about lift every voice and sing?
I think that it's exclusive. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like maybe I'm wrong. I mean, you guys can jump in if you want. But I think that like the idea that we're gonna have a Black national anthem. Are we also gonna have a
Hispanic national anthem?
Are we gonna have an Asian national anthem?
Like, are we just gonna have a bunch of
does
national?
everyone
Do
get
the
a
white
national?
people get to make their
Yeah.
own national anthem?
Right.
This is
Do
a
white
white
people-
national anthem.
Why can we just have one particular?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
one national anthem.
let's just
Why
have-
just have one particular
Yeah.
national anthem?
Like,
It
let's
just doesn't
have-
make any sense.
let's
You're
have
dividing
one-
everybody.
Yeah.
but I think that that's kind of the point.
Right.
In a way, it is an election year.
Right.
Mhm.
Of course.
We are living in crazy times. There's birds flying with sharks.
Literally.
Literally. So I think that right now this is a move that the NFL has to do. I mean, in order to keep their players happy. They also have Jay-Z who works with them for musical whatever that he does. Musical, I think he's in charge of like halftime shows and all of those things. And so I think that this is a move that they have to do because I think that we are in a phase where to prove that you're not racist, you have to go to an extreme. So I think you're either
literally
anti-racist or you're racist. And even if you don't agree with this thing, that means you're like racist because you're not like going along with it. So I think that they've taken away the middle ground of being like, well, that's not really racist or this isn't. So I don't know. I think that they did it on purpose just to kind of.
It's still dividing the country.
I think it's intentional.
It's still
but I think
dividing
it's intentional.
the country no matter what. Like.
But it's intentional.
So okay, so do you think that it is that they're trying to intentionally divide the country?
I do.
Or that they're
Definitely.
trying to placate to many different groups?
So
And if you guys in the comments, if you guys who are watching the video, write in the comment section and we'll respond to it. But just to throw back at our panel here, do you think that the NFL is intentionally being racist or intentionally being divisive by putting the Negro national anthem before the
I think
regular
they are. I think that they're.
I
I don't think they're being racist.
I think that they're just trying to keep their. I mean, what's the percentage of NFL players that are black?
78.
Is it
Yeah.
At least 78.
at least 78? I was gonna say 90, but so I think that really they're just trying to keep them happy without any more.
They don't want to be
type
called
of
racist.
riots or protests or anything like that. They just rather keep everyone happy by singing the song, but at the same time they're going to lose their fan base and things like that for people who can't deal with this, or just think who just thinks that it's disrespectful. I think that it's completely disrespectful to put something before the national anthem. When before we start any type of sporting event, we go straight to the national anthem to give respect, and then we go on. Like what do we?
Maybe put it after it. If they really want to be like if they really want to say like, oh, we're woke guys, like put it after. Like, what's wrong with that?
Well, yeah, what is wrong with putting it out?
Like, it doesn't have to. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
but-
okay. Like, I mean, if
but
you
is
guys,
after-
I
but is
think
after-
the point of the after effect is for us all to be one. The
Right.
point of it's yes, this is a game. Or
don't
this
do
is-
it at all.
Yeah, well,
But if
so
you're gonna do it,
so
if you put the
if this is
black
the hill you wanna
national
die
anthem
on,
first,
right? Yeah,
it's like
That's
you're leaving
disrespectful.
out the term American first. You know?
Yeah.
And you're literally
Right.
just dividing everything
But
out.
they don't believe
Like,
in America first. Like,
Exactly, that's
America
the point.
first in itself is now a
Racist.
racist
Yeah.
thing. So I just think that
I think putting it after though is just such a bad taste.
Mm.
Like, because when we sing the national anthem for these sporting events, the point of it is so all of us could be patriotic together.
the
We're
one
all
thing
one
that we're
thing.
supposed to unite under.
Yeah.
And like we can
For
disagree on
sure.
everything
Right,
else,
we can
but this is
disagree
the
on
one
teams
time
and
that we're
everything.
supposed to be like we're all
We're
in
Americans
this together.
and we're in this together and we're
Yeah.
here to enjoy some football or basketball,
Yeah.
whatever it is. And I think to put a racially political thing in our sports or whatever, I just think that it just can leave a bad taste, and
it's lift every voice and sing.
It's not the
to
point.
earth
That's
and
not the
heaven,
point. That's not
right?
the point.
It's
That's
a
not
political
about
thing.
that, right?
Understand that,
But
but
it's the same way. It's the same argument that they have when certain people tweet things or say things, and they're like, when you can use those same arguments. You can say, well, Trump said this, and you're like, oh, well, that's not racist, and then someone can rebut it and say, well, that's not the point because you know, like.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, it's just that, you know, we should bring everybody together.
But does it bring
but that's
the
National
thing.
Anthem.
It doesn't actually bring
brings
everyone.
everybody together, but like.
But you know what? I think that
Black
this
National
is.
Anthem does not.
Yeah, it's another reason to divide.
But I think that the biggest problem is that, like, we think that, but there's some people that think that the national anthem is divisive itself.
Yes.
So that I think that honestly, we're at a place in society in America where we just don't have a thing that brings us all together. Like, we can't seem to all agree that, okay, tomorrow is 4th of July.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, we should all
be together.
Be
happy
and
celebrate our
exactly.
independence.
That's what I'm saying.
freedom.
But we don't have that. So
and
I
instead
think
there's going to be
that
protests and
correct.
crazy stuff. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think because we have moved so far away from what unites us, no matter what you decide to pick at this point, it's just gonna be a mess.
Yeah.
It's
either
gonna
way.
be either way.
Yeah.
Like, I think that once the players have started being so woke, where they're like, "Well, I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna take a knee. I'm gonna do all these things." Like, I think that then turned all athletic events into some
This
sort
political
of,
like
like
thing.
you can't just watch it for fun. Like, it's gonna, they have to choose a side.
Yeah.
And I think that they're going to choose the side where they kind of like politics. I think
They
that
don't want to get
various
canceled.
various politicians, like, they will have the various points that they want to make. However, they're also at the same time trying to pander to the largest voting group.
Yeah.
And the voting blocks.
Mhm.
So to the NFL, they're thinking, we just want to,
We just want football. We don't want any more protests.
like, we don't want people to
kneeling,
protest us and not watch. I mean, think about it. Why did every other retail place put out Black Lives Matter
Right.
on their website? I
Right.
purchased 2 side tables. I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
I don't need you to tell me that you support Black Lives when I'm buying my end tables. Like, I just want my tables. Like, I don't need the
Or
additional.
when I'm going to Starbucks, I don't
Right.
like why do
But
okay.
they
I don't
have
touch
to
it.
do it because they don't want to have backlash.
They don't want their
themselves.
things broken and
So
yeah.
So how come people who support the regular, you know, national anthem, how come they are not the ones who do the boycotting, who try to pressure these companies to?
because they're all racist.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So,
I just like throwing that out.
oh
now.
well, no. I mean,
Since everyone's throwing it
Yeah,
out,
yeah.
yeah.
that's the answer.
So, guys, if you have any more comments about this conversation, write down below, and it'll pop up on the screen here. So, would we say that "Lift Every Voice and Sing" is not racist?
No,
It's
not by any means.
No.
It's
no.
not a
Okay.
racist song. It's not any of those things.
Okay.
It's
It's
just
the
how
Black
they're
National
applying it.
Yeah.
The way that they're
Yeah.
applying it because of the current political climate
Uh-huh.
is
Uh-huh.
they're politicizing a song that's not meant to be.
Mm.
It's supposed to be a unifying song, and they are turning it into something that it's not.
Yeah.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
So what about the argument that the original national anthem, before the one that was applied for 1931 today, right? The original national anthem actually had like racist undertones to it.
And it was changed. Or do they want to go back to that one instead?
Well, no, they just want to throw it away altogether because the origins of it is racist.
Does it
But they
matter?
changed it.
Does it matter?
They changed everything.
I mean, that's
I'm sorry. I'm just like.
well, I'm just
like-
saying. Like,
yeah,
my
that's
serious question is,
Yeah.
okay,
Like,
it's been
do-
changed. It no longer has that in it. At this point, if we want to go through every single thing, they can say this was racist.
Yeah.
These
Yeah.
people were. I mean, they're
Yeah.
doing that now.
Yeah.
They're saying.
I mean,
George
everything
Washington.
else-
but
everything
the
is
country
racist right
is
now.
systematically racist, right? It is built on the foundation of racism. The slaves of this nation built the country. They built the
So
White House.
we're gonna say that about every other, like, culture and empire at this point. all empires, all things were pretty much built off of slaves. I mean, did we forget about like Moses
Yeah, pretty
and
much, yeah.
like saving my people? Where were these people? These people were slaves.
Yeah, so we should tear down the pyramids.
So are we gonna go over there and start tearing down stuff?
Yeah,
like
like
you can't.
that our ancestors
slavery.
worked so hard on and
It
built.
happened. It's a thing. It's awful.
It's the past.
But
You
it's
just
what
have to forget
slavery
about it.
still goes on right now. So if you want to talk slavery, let's talk slavery.
Yeah, let's talk about Margaret Sanger. Let's
Like,
talk about Planned Parenthood.
I'm just
But
saying,
we
like,
aren't
if we're
arguing-
going
no
to
one's
use
arguing about
arguments
that.
about
Nobody's talking
slavery,
about
like,
that.
okay, we have to be, we have to apply it to everything. Like, you can't just say, oh, well, because this song had some racist undertones to it, we can't use it. Okay, they've changed the songs. It's fine. Like, what would you prefer? Like, I just need to know.
Well, let's just have a new national anthem, right? One
For
that's
what?
one that's more inclusive.
So, like,
of
what are we gonna
everybody.
say?
So what we're
Well,
saying
like-
is, anytime a person feels offended by something, we all then have to change it to then go along with whatever this person.
So, like, what would
So
that
we're-
even
so
look like? Like,
you can never make a person like you can't make everybody happy.
yeah, that's not gonna happen.
I mean, for heaven's sakes, we went out today and we got groceries for 3 or 4 days. There might be a person that's unhappy with the groceries that we got. You can't make everyone happy.
Well, I mean,
and you can't
but-
keep
but-
changing things because people feel uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Why
no
don't
one
you
will
just
ever be happy. So.
Suck it up, Buttercup, and if you don't like it, you can leave.
okay.
Everyone was supposed to move to Canada,
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't.
but they didn't.
Not one person moved to Canada.
So
Nobody moved back
I
to
am
Africa.
perfectly fine. Like, if this
Yeah.
is so awful, if the song is so bad,
And you
Go to
hate it
another
here, and
country.
it's
go
It's
somewhere
so
else.
sad.
Canada just had their birthday or something like that
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
Thursday. Was
Canada.
it Thursday?
Yeah, Canada Day.
Canada Day.
Uh-huh.
Go to Canada. Celebrate with
Canada
the
Day.
Canadians. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
I'm sure they would love to have you there.
They don't.
They don't.
So they
They
don't.
don't. It's really hard to get over there.
Yeah, yeah,
They have very
Because-
strict immigration.
exactly.
Yeah.
And if you don't agree with that, then
What do you want to do?
like
So we're still on Tom's question here, and guys who are watching, write down in the comment section. You're not gonna be called a racist or anything.
Everyone's a
like that.
racist.
Everyone.
Everybody's a
Everybody is
racist.
we are all.
I mean, so like, can President Trump do anything about this? Oh, we got some more comments here. Andrew says,
Period.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you, Andrew.
Facts.
Yes. Thank you.
what does he say? He says everyone in history, no matter who they are, had ancestors who were slaves.
That is
in every
definitely
continent.
true.
Thank you.
Everyone had slaves.
Well,
for
that's
sure.
the point that I'm making.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
what are we
Yeah.
arguing about here? Like, there's literally slaves.
There's
There's
slaves
going
today.
on, like slave
Like
trade
right
happening
now, and
right
no one's
now.
saying anything because we're so. Oh, but my great like. But okay.
I mean, but do white people in this country though have a special obligation though,
No.
To what?
To what?
to
I know the question.
to atone
No.
for their sins?
You know what?
They didn't do
I
because
think-
because
They
because
didn't
here's
do
the thing
anything.
though, they treated individuals like cattle.
Okay,
right?
let me ask
like
you.
animals.
Let me ask you another question.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, what about all the? I think it was who was it? I think it was Candace. I think she was talking about like Asian Americans. Like, are we gonna give them like reparations? Are we gonna atone to them for all the sins that we gave them?
And look how far ahead they are.
I
Like,
know.
It's crazy.
No,
It's
no. The
crazy.
answer is no. I think if you own slaves, right now, like if you are a slave owner, then
Right now.
if you are a slave right now, then we can have that conversation. But I think that if that's not, if that's not happening to you, then no. I think that if you want to maybe prove for whatever reason that you come from descendants of slaves,
Mhm.
awesome.
I mean, yeah,
Cool.
but
And there's scholarships
but,
for that.
But remember,
as well.
the promise was 40 acres and a mule.
Who promised that?
Who promised it?
That was a promise.
That was a promise,
yeah.
right? By the government.
Yeah.
That
But you
all
know
of those
what?
all those free
Things
slaves
got
we
expiration
get,
dates.
40 acres and a mule.
Expiration
Wow.
dates. Expiration dates. The statute of limitations. Like, This is.
I mean, but did the statute of limitations really run out when we still have the effects of slavery even today amongst
I
African
think that
Americans?
the things that people are saying they want in regards to reparations, like monetary, like money, I don't think that that's how we should go about
It's
it.
a smack in the face for our ancestors.
I
to
don't.
put a
I
dollar
don't
amount
think
on the
that
struggle that they went to.
I just. I think if people want to talk reparations, definitely let's talk reparations. Let's talk about like defunding public schools, and let's talk about maybe sending parents who are in crime-stricken areas. Let's send their kids to better schools so they can have better education, so they can actually compete with other students. Like if we're talking
putting more money into the
yeah,
schools as well. I
let's
think.
if we want to talk reparations, like let's actually help kids like learn but what Ben Carson, he came from nothing, and look where he is today. Like
You just have to put more resource into this.
Yeah, but
I definitely agree with that.
I think
That's for sure.
yeah. So if people want to talk reparations, like I'm not here for your money handout thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But if we
We've had
definitely
handouts
want to
this whole
talk
time.
about like ways to
Nothing's gonna change.
change the community,
And we need
investing-
classes on what to spend our
how
money
to
on.
invest,
If we get all this
how to
money,
buy
we're
a
gonna spend it
house,
on
how to-
Jordans and
that's what I'm
Gucci
saying.
and bullcrap.
We-
That's a smack in the face to our ancestors. We're not gonna buy houses. We're not gonna buy
Nope.
blocks.
Nope.
We're not gonna do any of that. We're
Talk
really
about
just gonna talk. We're gonna buy cars. We're gonna buy Mercedes, and we're gonna feel good for a little bit, and then it's over.
Yeah.
And the money's back into the same system that you
So-
guys are complaining about.
Right.
So I don't.
So
agree
I'm
with
all
money.
I'm all for reparations if we're talking about restructuring the entire
Like education system.
community, like
Yeah.
actually providing people with resources to better themselves. Like that I am all for. So if we want to invest in like buildings where we're going to then put people like have free classes of some sort. I mean, not that things should be free. Like I'm totally against it, but like if people we have
But if this is the
opportunity zones,
reparations,
like if
then,
we have
then we
opportunity
need,
zones,
yeah.
that can be a part of like training classes, teach people how to build houses, plumbing. I mean, there's all of these vocational
Trade, yeah.
jobs that you can get and make
great
money.
Yeah, yeah.
Like we're running out of electricians.
Actually, Trump did sign something.
He did.
About
Well,
us having skills and
Yeah, that's
but
a
you
that's
need-
a
yeah,
thing.
but you need-
It's a
yeah,
thing
yeah.
that's already in the motion. But I just think that if that's what people want to talk about, then I'm definitely for it. But we are already giving people government assistance through welfare.
Exactly,
We're already giving. I mean, we are already
Exactly.
doing the things that
They're already getting free money.
Yeah, so I don't
And
know what
so-
more they actually want.
And if all of that was going to help our community, we would be
Yeah.
farther ahead by now.
And then you
It's
know what?
not.
Let's
It
do a
has not
survey.
even
Has not.
done anything.
Let's
That's what I'm
do a
saying. Money's
survey.
not going to.
Right.
It's not going to help.
Let's do a survey for everyone, every Black American that got their $1,200, and let's see what they spent their money
Exactly.
on. And then,
Exactly.
depending upon how you
Exactly.
spent your money, we will then decide if you
If you can deal with
if you can
thousands
deal
and
with
thousands of
your
dollars.
what is it, the acres and a mule or
Yeah,
what? You know what?
yeah.
Let's just start giving people horses. Like let's just and
Right.
donkeys. Like,
Let's
is this
just-
really what you want? Like, let me see how you spent your $1,200, and if you spent your money well, then you can get whatever. Like you can get your donkey or what. I
Yeah,
don't
but
even
if you
know,
bought
a mule.
Jordans and Gucci, and,
Yeah, if you
and-
were standing
and
in
stuff that
line
you didn't need.
in Atlanta at that mall and you were like beating people up in the parking lot, except for that dude. Did y'all see that video? And like these people were fighting in the like parking lot, and this like black guy runs out to save his friend with this kick. It was the funniest thing. Oh my god.
I didn't see
Okay,
that.
it's
Okay,
pretty
yeah.
awesome.
Okay,
yeah.
so you guys, the new guys who are keep on joining on, we want to make this into a conversation. Go to the live chat in YouTube, write something in there, and what are your thoughts on these ideas? I mean, do we need to to measure how people are using their money? Isn't that big? Doesn't that require more government in order to do something like that?
You know, it does actually. It does in a way. Yeah.
So you're okay with expanding the size of government as long as it's controlling people?
No, I'm not, but I would say that in this particular case, which this is not going to happen. So like normally leftists are talking about their like green energy, like utopian world of things that they want. in my like utopian world, I guess that's what I will put in there.
Yeah,
but obviously,
Obviously, that would never happen.
because it's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
it's not gonna happen.
yeah.
But like obviously in real life, that I'm not gonna that's not gonna happen. But I don't know. I think that the idea that we should be giving people, like, no one was there's no slaves running around right now unless you're like a sex slave or something, which that's a completely different topic that we're not going to go on today.
Okay, so Andrew has, so there's a bit of a delay, guys, between what they
I
say
agree.
and
Not
what,
everyone should go to college.
Oh yeah, so
Yeah, I agree too.
What's the rest of the sentence though? I don't.
Trade
Oh,
schools.
so Andrew says trade schools used to be quite popular. They went on the wayside. Now there's discussion of bringing them back.
Bring them back.
Especially with
I have a
how
2-year
some
degree.
of these fields are decreasing in personnel. Now everyone can or should go to college.
That's
It's
true.
not for everybody.
That's true.
I mean,
That's true.
but going to college is the quickest way of rising out of poverty. I
It
mean,
is.
is
Okay,
if
so
entering
two
into
things
the
can be true at
middle
once.
class.
Two
right?
things can be true at once.
So how come so should we, or how can the government encourage more black and brown people to go to school?
I disagree with that. I think two things can be true at once. I think that you can, depending upon what degree you want, I think that you definitely need to go to school. Absolutely.
Just make sure
But-
that you go to school for a particular degree or like field career that you actually
want to do.
that you're
And a degree
passionate
that
about.
actually makes sense as
Exactly,
well,
right.
I think.
Correct.
Don't
Just-
waste your money.
yeah.
Correct.
Like, for example, if you want to be a musician or something that's wasteful, like, you have to make sure that you going to college for something that you're actually going to be working for, like, career-wise, not waste your money
And get
But
you
I
debt
also-
and things like that.
Exactly.
I also think, like, if we're talking about, like, just the electrician example, I think you go to school for what, 2 or 3?
2.5 years, yeah.
Is it 2.5 years?
Yeah, 2.5 years.
Okay, longer than I thought, but still, like, the simple fact that there are multiple jobs that you can do where you can get various certifications, you can definitely get out of poverty if you are making, what, $100K a year just by, like, being an electrician. Like, let's be honest, like, you don't have to go to an actual 4-year university
Exactly.
to do that. You can do that. Cheaper option one. Also, no one talks about, it's just a money pit. No one's actually really again, depending upon what degree you're getting.
Depending on the degree.
Depending
Yeah.
upon the degree that you're getting. Other than that, it's a legit money pit.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna get anything out of it. So I don't think that we should be encouraging all black students to go and to go to a 4-year school.
Unless that's what you want to do.
Unless that's what you want
then,
to do.
Then go ahead
You can
and
go
then
to
you
a
have the
2-year,
goal.
2-year nursing degree. Go and become a nurse.
You can become a CNA in like 6 months.
That's what I'm saying. There's
so like
multiple
you
things
can, there's
to
things,
do.
there's certifications you could get where
we
you
gotta
can
change.
get yourself.
We gotta change
the
the
mindset.
mindset.
Yeah,
It's
the
the
mindset.
mindset.
It's
That's
the
really
mindset.
honestly at the end of the day, like this like mindset. Mindset is everything. That
So-
is the answer to all problems.
So in closing, talking about the lift every voice and sing, right?
Okay.
The NFL putting this into their playing it before each and every game, is that going to have a detrimental effect on America or a more positive effect on America? Because one could argue that now people are talking about it a lot more, the song, right?
Mhm.
A lot of people didn't even know about the song until today or yesterday.
Because we've
when
learned
we released it.
everything since like 2016. Like we've learned about like jails hiding in Congress somewhere when they wanted to lock people up during impeachment for not talking. Like I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
I'm just
so-
saying we have learned so much in the past like 4 years. It's unreal. But no, I don't think I think that the NFL making this decision, I think will cause. I don't think it's
a bigger
actually.
divide.
I don't think it's
gonna
gonna
divide
cause.
everybody.
I don't think it's gonna cause a bigger divide. Why do you think it will? You go first, and then I'll go. You go first.
I just simply think it's gonna. Oh, so I think. Sorry. So I think think it's gonna divide people, especially like those who like sports and stuff, and
Yeah.
a lot of people are not into politics.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
definitely going to divide them. Like people want to watch sports, you know. Some people don't care about the politics. Really.
Right,
So
absolutely.
if you put that into them, they're gonna start boycotting.
It's like
you know what I'm
forcing
saying?
something.
Forcing them into like it.
Yeah.
And then NFL could lose marketing, and they could lose
And
everything.
again, I'm still on the fact that there isn't a Hispanic
Right.
national anthem that will be
exactly.
also said, or an Asian one.
Okay.
So
Right.
yeah, so that
I want to jump in with why I don't think it's going to do.
okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Reasons why I don't think it's going to be that detrimental is because I think we have already drawn our lines in the sand.
Okay.
And I think that if you have been keeping up with the Colin Kaepernick debacle, then you've kind of already started picking a side on if you're going to watch or if you're not going to watch,
Okay.
because you didn't want to see players kneeling. So I think that we are already going to see people, like, I think the people who don't want to watch are just not going to watch. And I think people who were, like,
That's
little
true.
stragglers that were like, maybe it won't get any worse than this,
They're done.
that small slither of people are just not going to watch. And I think that that's going to be it. And I think that if you're woke enough, you'll watch football. And if you want to find a reason to drink on a random day, you're going to watch the Super Bowl and maybe see who's performing. But like I just don't think it's gonna cause.
If anything, it's just gonna hurt their revenue.
I don't
Because
think
like
it
that.
will either. I don't think it's gonna do that either.
Really?
I really do.
Well, it depends on certain fans. So it just depends on the fans, like how. So it just depends on like the fans.
Okay, so I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish
No,
your
no,
answer.
I'm done.
Oh, so my question is: so once they start with the Black National Anthem, are they going to still kneel?
People should start kneeling.
Are they-
People should start
No, no, no,
kneeling.
no, no. So not that. So my question is:
Reverse
are they
it.
still going to kneel
Reverse
during the
that.
regular national anthem, or is that still going to be a thing, or are they not going to have a reason to kneel? Because if they're still kneeling during the regular national anthem, then to hell.
You know
To hell
what?
with it.
You know, I think that people.
And it,
just-
yeah, and if we
I-
start
you know
kneeling
what? I
during-
think we
That's
should
gonna be
all
interesting.
Yes, that would- I-
intentionally go and watch the games, and then all of us just like sit down during it. And I mean, granted,
Well, I mean,
We'll just be petty Bettys at that point.
If people go and they watch the games, it's gonna make their ratings increase, and it's gonna send a
That's true.
signal to them
But
that
you know
this
what?
is working.
but I think that that's what happened with Colin, because remember his whole shoe deal and Nike, and everyone's like, oh, he ain't gonna make no money, and then all these, whoever these people are, purchased all these shoes. So it was almost like it didn't matter. Like what you have to say doesn't matter, because again, people have already drawn their lines in the sand. So if you want to support them, you're going to support them. If you don't, you won't. And let's not forget, maybe it's me, I'm on a conspiracy boat right now, so I'm taking a tiny detour. But I think that, like, in a weird way, people over in China or wherever they are that continuously has, like, K-pop things trending on Twitter, those people do watch American sports.
Mhm.
They're the ones watching the NBA games. They're like they do watch. So like just because we've decided not to watch
That's true.
doesn't
The rest of the
mean
world
that
stops.
those
the world
people
will still continue
aren't go-
watching.
do you know
Right,
what I'm
'cause they don't
saying?
care.
Yeah.
Because
about
like they don't
politics.
care, or some
Yeah.
of them don't even know
Like
really what's like. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that
That's
that's
valid.
something. So like I said, it's a random little conspiracy thing that I'm going off on. But
Well, we're gonna have more of these conversations.
okay.
Maybe tonight or tomorrow.
Definitely
um,
not tonight.
Tomorrow.
Definitely not tonight. Tomorrow.
Yes.
So for you guys, make sure to like, subscribe to this channel, share this video with your friends. We're just going to just wrap this up a little bit. Final words, guys. Any final words about the Black National Anthem? Lift every voice and sing. This entire subject. Don't introduce a new idea, but just let's close it out.
I just think that the original national anthem was to bring us all together.
Which original national?
Not
anthem?
not
The
the
racist
OG,
one.
Yeah.
not that
The
one.
racist
But the one
one.
from 1931. I think that even though it might at that time that might not even have been for us necessarily, but the way we sing it now together and how
It's
I think
meant-
that the meaning has changed
Yes.
over time. I think that was meant for all of us. and to think that we can disrespect it somehow is
slap in the
heartbreaking.
face.
And it's a slap in the face to those who've come before us to fight for us. So that's my little thing.
Let's turn to over here.
So pretty much, I think that the national anthem, no one should ever disrespect it. That's my thing. Like, it's just pure wrong. So I just think that it does reunite us together, bring us closer, and just having one national anthem for a culture or for a skin color, that's just pure racist. Like, that's my viewpoint.
So I'm gonna say that because all of us are pretty like-minded people,
Right.
we are kind of in a bubble,
Just a little bit, yeah.
just a little bit on our view. So we don't necessarily understand, I guess, the significance of it. So my response is going to be, I don't understand the significance of having it, but am open
of having the
having it played
let their
at
voices
the
sing, or
like having it played. Yeah, we're
Okay.
talking about it being played.
Gotcha,
at the,
yes.
Yeah. I don't understand the significance of it, but I think that if you want to do that, then by all means, do what makes you happy. If your intention is to be inclusive of all people, epic fail. Try again. And those are just my points, my closing points.
Thanks.
Great. If someone wants to follow you on Instagram, what is your Instagram thing?
My name is Jordan B. Jourdin B. That is it.
Okay, cool.
I'm just Dice. Please, literally, just _ice, please.
You can follow me at Little Landry, so just please
It's
follow
my
me
name.
on Instagram. So you can find me there. So yeah.
Okay, cool. And this is Spencer, and I'm just gonna close this out with a quick prayer. Dear Lord, please help us to all be united. In Christ Jesus' name I pray.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Bye, guys.
Happy